Hello everyone. Today we are going to be talking about
Monopoly
versus
perfect competition.
Let's go! Let's begin with talking about Monopoly, but thank God we're going to be talking about Monopoly as a market structure because the one that everybody knows about brought me PTSD and anger issues. To begin with, what are the monopolies and why do they exist? Monopolies is a market structure when one seller or producer is the only supplier in the market space. They set the price and it's really hard to enter monopoly market, but why is that so? First is a control over resources. Usually monopolies have full control over the key sources, infrastructure, and distribution channels, making it really hard for other companies to enter the monopoly market. The second one is barriers to enter. Usually monopolies have high standards of entering the market. The first one is patents, then high capital requirements, then access to exclusive technology and resources, and economies of scale. Established monopolies usually have a greater access to financial resources. They have established relationship with their suppliers, and they have a greater control over the potential competitors. Monopolies usually produce goods and services for the public, like water sources, energy, and public transportation. It's really hard to replace those things because it's extremely expensive. Here are some examples of monopolies in Malaysia. All the things considered, entering monopolized market is really hard. While it's not impossible, you gotta have a really great financial support, creative thinking, and great skills to be able to compete with great monopolies that we have right now.
Hi, Bookies! Today I'll be having my friend, Var, draw out a diagram of a monopolized market while I explain it. Similarly to a supply-demand graph, we label the y and x axis with price and output respectively. First, we draw the demand line, followed by the marginal revenue line. As you can see, the revenue per unit decreases as output increases. More units could be sold if the price is reduced, but doing so decreases the revenue per unit for the monopoly. Then that little Nike logo line is our marginal cost line, which represents the cost of producing each unit. The MC of producing each unit increases and something called diseconomies of scale occurs. Finally, we have our average total cost of production. The place where MC and MR intersect is where a product would usually be priced in a competitive market. However, as a market is monopolized, the price is much higher, even though the monopoly is producing the same output. This is because demand is inflated in a monopolized market, raising the prices. This also results in something called deadweight loss, where resources and production are not meeting the needs and wants of society. This is shown on the graph as that little triangle Var is highlighting. The rectangle shows the difference in profits made by the monopoly. So, first we draw a normal supply-demand diagram. This will represent the market for a product which has perfect competition. Let's say the price for that product at the equilibrium is $10. The next graph is representing the demand for the firm. As firms in a competitive market are price takers rather than price makers, their demand line is completely horizontal because they have extreme price elasticity. If you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, just wait a little. My friend Ivy will explain further.
Perfect competition happens when there is a large number of firms compete against one another in the market. It's technically the opposite of a monopoly, which Var had explained earlier. If there are several firms competing against one another and no individual firms have an additional advantage against each other, we have a perfect competition. In this ideal market, quality is comparative and buyers can purchase the product for the lowest possible price. There are a number of ways that we can characterize a perfect competition market. The first way is to identify similar products in the market. So give for example, our local wet market that we always go to get our fresh produce. So in this market, it consists of only local and small farmers who sell nearly identical products. A large population of both buyers and sellers ensures that the supply and demand remains constant in the market. As such, buyers can easily replace one firm or another. Next up, we have barriers to entry. In a perfect competition market structure, there is free entry into the market. This means that producers can set up business easily with no startup costs whatsoever. Using the same example of a wet market, the entry and exit of some vendors do not change the overall marketplace. This also means that the prices of fresh produces will still be fairly uniform. The perfect market structure sounds like an ideal market because producers are not binded by high startup costs or legal restrictions from governments. And consumers can easily switch to the most affordable option as they like. However, it remains largely theoretical and rarely exists in real life. The disadvantages of a perfect market structure also includes a lack of innovation. As producers mostly offer homogeneous products, there is little room for improvement of innovation and development.
Hey, where you going?
Do my job!
You have a job?
Why wouldn't I? I'm not some lazy, inconsiderate jerk who lays in bed all day.
Say, where can I get one of these jobs?
Oh, they're everywhere, especially if you're green and have 6 tentacles.
So, what did we learn today? 1. Monopolies take control of the market. They put very high barriers to entries that no other competitors can get in the market, and then they can pretty much price products however they like and give whatever low quality product they want. As opposed to perfect competition, wherein all the competitors are the same. They all have similar price points, they all are selling the same product, and none of them have any information or advantage over the other. While perfect competition may not 100% exist in real life, we do get pretty close in some markets. So that's all for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.